Old habits die hard, I guess. Run home, kid. It ain't safe out here.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
Not anymore.
Oh my god, I got like 2 or 3, please. Dude, MR is like the dumbest ability ever.
I was playing Quick Play earlier today, and someone said that TF2 apparently has more updates than Overwatch. And they're gonna add PvE. I don't know, new map, some balance stuff. But is it really something that needs a whole new game? I feel like... But first I got a question for you. What do you think of when you think of Lego? Think hard, because I'm gonna bring it back up later. But first, I want to go back to where it all began. Back in 2016, the game just came out and people were excited. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with the specifics, but with a company like Blizzard making this game, people had reasons to be excited. And for people like me, it was one of the first shooter games that I really started playing seriously. And it was great. I met a lot of different types of people, had some funny moments, seen some toxicity of course.
Like you're really a nasty ass man, white man at that.
But all in the end made some long lasting friendships. But somewhere, it all started going downhill. Sports. The passion, the fans, the hype. We've seen football, basketball, baseball, and the key thing in all of those is the team spirit, the fans. Look no further in esports than League of Legends. But Blizzard wanted to tap into that. So starting this video off, let's take a look at Overwatch's esports.
What in the... Can somebody clip that and send... I don't know what the hell just happened.
And Mickey cleans up the kill onto Bunny. That's right. Capped quite a few times.
Bunny gets a lot of damage on time. In trouble. Can he get the kill? Oh!
Cleans up the kill onto Bunny. That's a reflex, but not gonna hit.
Carpet comes on the side double. Oh, he gets it!
On this map especially. Oh, another one on the Yaki. He is just waiting for him. He's like, you think you're trying to get me?
Welcome to OGN Esports. This was the Premier League. And what personally made me want to personally become a better player. And there was a lot to it. From the creative ways that teams used May walls.
Gonna boost on top of the high ground?
What is this? What is this?
Approach.
Yeah.
They're gonna boost up and
Whoa.
over.
Wow.
And then
To the most unimaginably clutch plays.
Not finding anyone, and now the Dragon Blade comes out. Now
Sleep dart!
Sleep dart on the Hog Soul!
Taimu gonna look for a hook right. He's gonna
there's
take
one!
fly.
Taimu gets one, and there's a whole hog! Pushing a Freaka Blue back again. They want to take this payload out right here, right now. And a very low, nice right click from Taimu right into another one! And Taimu, the hero.
And to fully bolster this was a top tier production quality from the OGN team and the player hype, making you really feel part of the action. But no esports or sports team experience would be complete without the fans. And oh boy, was it hype.
But I kept my guards up.
This is what many of us would consider
The Overwatch League of way back when. But just wait, it got even better with the World Cup. The best of the best, gathering the top players from all over the world and having them duke it out to see who was truly #1. That was the peak of Overwatch. 2016, 2017. But then it shut down. OGN and smaller studios alike. Because Overwatch had something else planned. And thus came the Overwatch League. And comparing the downfall of Overwatch, the Overwatch League itself took a similar downturn. From the fluid, creative, community-driven system to an ultimately less varied and structured experience. If OGN was a bucket of Legos that we as a community could just waft through and enjoy, then the Overwatch League was like those preset bundles that they just hand out to everyone. Sure, it's fun, but we're all getting the same thing at the end of the day. Overwatch took a similar turn. Yeah, you may be thinking, Adam, Twee Onesie, how does this analogy apply to Overwatch? Well, I'm glad your fine ass asked. And I got a number for you. Well, 3 actually. 2, 2, 2. Roku killed this game. And I know that's pretty bold to just say straight up, but let me ask you a question. If you broke your arm, would you put a band-aid on it? What would you do to it? I mean, hopefully surgery, you know, get it checked out. Hold that thought, because we're gonna travel back in time. Whoa. Back to when Genji's wall climb just didn't work. There was no real reason. Surfaces he should have been able to climb, he just couldn't. And Blizzard was aware of this issue. How do I know that? Because they had a special feature called auto wall climb, or whatever the hell it was. Basically, instead of jumping on a wall, you just walk up to it and climb. And yet, even with that feature, it didn't fix the problem with Genji's wall climb. He still couldn't go anywhere when he climbed. And so, let's go even further down the timeline, as we're back with Genji again and some of his pals. Winston, Diva, Tracer, Zenyatta, Lucio, and we have the dive meta. It was fast, it was chaotic, it destroyed everything in its wake, but it was too strong. They buffed McCree, they buffed Zarya. Sim players could suck. My meta was too powerful. And so, Blizzard added their first real band-aid to the game. I don't need to say much about this character. What was that sound? This character spelled the beginning of the... Oh no. Goats. The Goats meta. A change brought about by Brigitte, and it was 3 tanks, 3 healers. Brigitte herself being the star of the show. And simply put, it was disgusting. Like, it was just oppressive. Goats meta was a thing, and you could not play DPS at all. Or you're throwing. Maybe try to play Pharmacy. Maybe try to play Bastion. It doesn't matter. You don't play Ryan, Zarya, Diva, Brigitte, Zenyatta, Lucio. What are you fucking gay? You fucking throwing my game? Report it. Dumbass. Fuck. Just play Brig and you'll be fine. And yet, seeing the decline in the player base from fans and pros alike, Blizzard made a decision, and that was to add role queue. And now you can finally play DPS! Let's rewind all the way back to present day now. Why the hell did I spin like I'm not even wearing glasses, I ain't got prescription. Hey, I might play with your chest. Call that a niption. Huh? And look where that's gotten us now. A 10+ minute queue time for 5 to 15 minute games, a sharp decline in the player base, and many fans, players, and pros quitting. Many of the pro players going on to greener pastures like Valorant. Why would they stay here? There's a quote I really like, and it's to learn from your mistakes, of course. But I believe there's a saying or a philosophy that doesn't get talked about enough, and that is learn from the success of others. And I think the game that perfectly encapsulates that is Fortnite.
Oh, brother.
Yes, I know. We love Fortnite. It's easy to make fun of the game. It's like that little kid on the block that's just fun to bully, you know? He's just walking by, it's like, oops, my bad, tripped you, watch where you're going. They do a lot right. Just look at the content they've had. The Avengers Infinity Gauntlet event. The recent Dragon Ball event with the Nimbus Clouds and Kamihas. Or hell, the concert with Travis Scott, Marshmello, and Ariana Grande? What? And Overwatch doesn't even have to have anything nearly insane like that. You have to admit, Fortnite has content. But content aside, I really respect their game design philosophy. I want to take a look at one particular moment in Fortnite specifically, and something they choose to continue to do. Guided rocket launcher, missile launcher, whatever. It was a weapon where you hold it, you fire your rocket, and then you can guide it along in the air to lead it to people. If that sounds broken, overpowered, too strong, that's because it was. And you know what? After complaining and whining and crying, you know what Epic Games did? They removed it.
Nani?
Come again? That's right. They listened to the community and they removed it. Simple as that. They shelved it in what they called the vault, and what their words, until it was ready to be released again. Seeing this, when I saw that, I'm like, why don't they do it to Brig? Why don't they take her out or remove some things that maybe aren't good for the game, shelve it until they can learn how to implement it better? But no, they doubled down. Brig is killing the game with the GOATS meta, and nerfs and buffs aren't working. Let's add role queue. Role queue is killing our game and people don't want to play tank. Let's buff the hell out of tanks and have one tank. But you have to start to question at one point, can you stop digging yourself a little hole? Can you stop going down and down and down till you hit bedrock and you don't have any TNT on you and you don't have any ladders to get up and all those little creepers are looking down, they little jump in your little Minecraft hole to blow you up because that's the hole you put yourself in. If anyone didn't get it, that's a Minecraft analogy. That wasn't even on script. I'm just take a look at the characters, right? Pharah had a bulky hitbox and slow moving projectile to balance out her mobility. They added Echo, a slim hitbox, fast-moving projectiles, a laser that shreds at 50%, and an ult that makes her any character in the game. Let's look at Ana, a healer with a high skill ceiling, tons of utility, but no mobility. Baptiste, all that utility plus mobility, and he has his disc, which makes you immortal on cooldown. It's a defense ult on cooldown. Why? It's not a good idea. It's just not. And finally, Winston, in my opinion, probably the most balanced character in the game. Tons of mobility, good space creation, but doesn't really do much damage to balance that, because I'd be making a really mobile tank, but damage would be busted because that's what DPS are supposed to do. Well, now you got Hammond, who has health, mobility, damage, he has it all. And with all the new characters, it's just over-tuning the characters for the sake of newness. And yeah, it's cool to see it, but I just really hope Overwatch can learn from that and stop over-tuning their characters. Have strengths and weaknesses to a character. I understand the concept is behind fun, but I hope that they learn their lesson and really implement balance with these new characters.
Fuda paper slips firing in two, and they home in on allies.
Low overall damage, but it crits for a ton of damage, right? So very, very powerful.
She can teleport directly to an ally. She can even teleport through walls. Instances pretty generous, so you can travel across maps pretty far and pretty quickly. Suzu are a small spell, and it makes allies invulnerable briefly, and they also cleanse debuffs. Throw it down on yourself if you're in a sticky situation, and it is the wall climb. She can scale walls like Genji and Hanzo.
Ultimate, it's called the Kitsune Rush. Movement speed, attack speed, reload speed, and also cooldown reduction on your abilities. Very, very powerful.
Never mind. I stand corrected. They're gonna keep doing this. They get...
Fuck me. When you say there's power creep in the game, and I know in these videos they have a call to action. When you think about it, is this really the Blizzard Overwatch we love that we'd be supporting? Jeff Kaplan, this dev team, fought tooth and nail to make it where you didn't have to buy characters, where everyone had access to the heroes because they had microtransactions with cosmetics. Now we don't even get that anymore. And they're claiming it's to defend the new player experience. But I'll tell you a story. My cousin came over for Christmas and he wanted to play some Overwatch. It was fun having him over, showing him my game. This is Overwatch, I know this. I'm a top 500 player, not to, you know, jack myself off, but this is my game. I know this game. I want to share it with people I love. My cousin gets in the game, King's Row, on DPS role. I put him on Soldier because he's played Call of Duty. He's playing for a bit, he's enjoying himself, and he looks at me and says, Adam, I want to play the lady with pink hair. And I had to find it in my heart to tell him, oh, that's too bad, because you did DPSQ. And now some of you might say, oh, Adam, why didn't you put him on open queue? Who plays open queue? Like, a serious question. Like, unless you're in a full squad, who plays open queue? Like, who? I mean, arcade mode in general, really. Like, even deathmatch, or team deathmatch games, I could be in queue for 20 minutes. I've said a lot in this video, but Overwatch, it felt like they had a vision. And I feel like the vision of very passionate devs can sometimes have parallels. And I want to show you this clip from Bungie.
It was really amazing to get online for the first time when there were a bunch of people online and just press the button that said, I want to play, go find me some other people that want to play and choose a game type that's pretty cool and just stick me in it as fast as you can. And to have that process happen in like 5 seconds.
Now the thing is with Bungie, it's a similar game philosophy to Overwatch. Quick, get in and get out matches. 1 minute queue, maybe 2 or 3 minutes for a 5 to 10 minute game.
What are you talking about? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
What?
I almost queued for competitive.
Sometimes 15. And then once you get out, you automatically queue up again. It's so easy to get in the game and keep playing. But now 10 minutes for a 5 to 10, 15 minute game. And then after you get out the game, you have to choose your role. It's very clunky. It's not smooth. And it just isn't an enjoyable experience. It almost feels draining to have that locked. I talked about Band-Aids, but even further going to Legos, it's like we had a box of Legos that we could choose anything from. And now with roll queue, we're selected a preset of what we're allowed to do. And even for Overwatch 2 with new players, they have presets with only certain pieces, with some being taken away. Oh, you didn't earn that yet. Oh, you can't play that yet. And the defense behind that is, oh, well, flex picking isn't even really a thing. Says who? Isn't that the design philosophy behind the game? And yes, it's good to move away from the rock, paper, scissors type format, but some of my best moments, my most fun moments are playing characters I don't even main. Just picking Winston, just picking Diva, just picking Ana, Mercy, Bastion. The point is just being able to do anything. I don't know, videos like this have a call to action, but there's no call to action for Activision Blizzard, because with a lot of their lead devs that made Overwatch the beautiful game that it is, they're gone. And the decisions that they have made and continue to make, they're just doubling down, which I guess I've just lost a lot of hope in what this game can become. Though I ultimately do believe it was smart to go the free-to-play route with that, really bringing it new life into the game. I want to see this game succeed, I truly do. But when you have Overwatch 2 on it, a whole new paint, a new chance, without even fixing the issues that brought it to this state to begin with, I feel it's almost inevitable for the same thing to happen again, especially if we don't get content, the content drought for 2-3 years that we've had. But that's it for me, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the Twitch, I really appreciate it, because I stream damn near every day. I'm also writing a book. Link in the description if y'all like reading. You might like that too, probably. The main character is pretty sadistic though.
I just don't think there's enough evil main characters in books. So if you got, you know, a little psycho in you, psychopath tendencies, and you're trying to keep that low key, don't kill people. Just read my book. I got you. But yeah, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, these nuts, this dick. Fuck, I don't know. I'm on mic. Yeah, let me do a stand-up routine real quick. Yo, slip my balls. I got nothing. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.